And as you guys know, I have to take a break between 3 and 4 o'clock. I have my group therapy. We knew this when we rescheduled court for Thursdays. And so that was my asterisk when we decided to move court to Thursdays. So
I'm not, and again, Judge, just a quick question. That 3 to 4 is an important hour. What can we do 3 to 4?
I mean, the discussion can continue, right? So Commissioner Ellis runs the meeting, and then you guys can continue the meeting. Oftentimes, somebody's late. We just do that. We discuss. All I ask is that, as I've done when one of you guys is absent and coming back, that you not take the votes and wait until I return to take the votes.
So, Judge, I'd like to suggest, and if there's latitude to do it today in the rules, I'd like to change it today, and if not, do it on the next court. When I was in the legislature and someone had to walk out of the room, we gave people permission, it's in the rules of the Senate, so you could cast your vote when you got back, as long as it did not change the outcome of the vote. If I'm not mistaken, Jay, I know you were there as an intern a long time ago. I think you worked there for a while. But I think that would be good in our rules. Sometimes I may have to walk out, or anybody may have to walk out. And if it changes the vote, that's a different deal. But it would give any one of us the ability to walk out of the room, do whatever you have to do, come back. Am I right, Jay? Am I remembering this right?
No, that's correct, Commissioner, and we can certainly do that. I think for the next meeting, I've already spoken to the county administrator about it. We can make a change to the rules that will expedite that process. Unfortunately, I can't do it for this meeting because there's not a rules item on, but we can certainly have it ready for the next court.
Yeah, and what happened last court that was time consuming is that the court voted while I was gone. Whenever I'm presiding over the court, what makes it quick, and the reason maybe you guys don't remember this, is because I hold the vote. So we discuss, and then once somebody returns, then I say, okay, let's vote on item 3, and we don't have to say, let's vote on reconsidering the vote, and now let's vote. So if you will extend that courtesy to me of holding the vote until I return for this court, it'll be a lot easier.
So what I'm saying is, if we tweak our rules.
Right, so he's going to tweak them for next time.
Yeah.
But he's saying he can't tweak them for this time.
Yeah. If we move expeditiously today, when I looked at the agenda, I think we ought to finish this by 3. We ought to finish it by 2.
And I agree, and I'd even be interested in seeing how much time each of us speak to see who's holding up the meeting, because I know we've tried to cut back on speakers, and really it's the speaking here on the dais. So maybe we'll have someone run that down. All right, so we're gonna invite our public speakers to address the court, and thank you again for taking the time to be here. So Tiffany, if you would please introduce our speakers.
Judge, I think you got folks in the queue.
Oh, Commissioner Ellis, Commissioner Briones, and then Commissioner Garcia.
I spoke, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So County Attorney's Office, similar to what Commissioner Ellis just said, my ask, to the extent permissible, would be a both and, right? So if somebody has an appointment or another commitment that they need to leave, that they be afforded the opportunity to vote when they return. And meanwhile, those who remain can cast their vote as we're discussing things, because it's highly disruptive to go back item by item. And so if we can both and this, so that we can allow flexibility, but also allow maximum efficiency and focus, that would be my strong preference, please.
And that's what Commissioner Ellis explained. That's what I'm talking about. This is what extends the discussion. We already agreed on that. Commissioner Garcia.
I walk into these meetings with my day planned, and so today I've already got commitments. If we kill an hour without anything productive, it really sets my schedule up. So I will also like some consideration for my schedule, not knowing that we're going to take an hour out during court meetings, and so I would just say, if we can, we're going to change the rule next court. If we can if we happen to go into the 3 o'clock hour when you're gone, I would just ask if we could just take votes, and then it's going to be one court. We'll be able to move forward the court after.
Yeah, and you can do that, Commissioner. I'll make sure not to extend that courtesy in the future. But really, the concern is, court used to be on Tuesday. The court decided to move our meetings to Thursdays. And so this is not a commitment that came up for me out of nowhere. I did my mental health leave in 2023. I was inpatient for anxiety and depression for 8 weeks. I've been very public about that. And since I returned, I've been doing my group therapy on Thursdays from 3 to 4:30. So when the court said they wanted to move our meetings to Thursday, I said, I have this standing committee, well, I guess it could be a committee, it's a group, the standing commitment that is part of my mental health treatment. So I would just like to underscore that's you, joining the ranks of those who are trying to pick on me over mental health treatment. But
No, please, we're not going to go there. Look, I got put on the planning commission that is on Thursdays. We moved the court to Thursdays. I can't make all the planning commission meetings, so I have my proxy there, and we're able to continue the business.
I can't send a
of the court,
proxy to
and-
my mental health treatment. Yes, Commissioner. Let's just move on. Okay, if you want to have the vote without me, have the vote without me. I'll remind the community that you are interfering with something that I'd mentioned before. And people can see that. People can see your behavior, and I frankly think it's embarrassing, but that's okay. All right, let's move on.